So, it's me again. They wake me up around 5 every morning to take my blood and check my weight and give me some of my pills. Like, that's a realistic time when I go home that I'm going to take my pills. I don't think so. But, whatever, you gotta do what they gotta do. And, so now I can't fall back to sleep. And, thought I'd color some more. And I'm hungry, but it's too soon to order breakfast. Apparently, it's a realistic time to take meds, but not a realistic time to order food. But that is okay. Yeah, I think it takes a special type of person to work in a hospital, or at least it should. Special kind of person to be a nurse. You have to care about people. You have to care that they're hurting and want to make them feel better. I've had pretty awesome nurses taking care of me since I've been here. With the exception of maybe tonight. I'm a pretty easygoing person, and especially as a patient, I try not to demand too much attention, especially in this case when there's not a whole lot that I need. I try not to bother the nurses too much because I know they're busy with other patients. I mean, like the lady next door has to get flipped every half an hour because she can't turn herself over, and then they have to wash her down themselves, and I just think, holy cow. I mean, that's exactly what I said. It takes a special kind of person. And, I just, they bring me soapy washcloths, but there's a shower in my room. And it's not really that big of a deal. They just have to disconnect me from the heart monitor and cover my IV with plastic wrap or something, tape it up so it doesn't get wrecked in the shower. And I don't really like to take a shower when Josh isn't here to just kind of watch my stuff, because there's been a lot of theft lately here in the hospital. And so I don't like to be in there with my room open to anybody to come in. And so it had been 3 days since I'd taken a shower, and I asked last night if I could have a shower. And my nurse was just kind of like, sure. And then the tech was like, yeah, I'll let your nurse know. And then the nurse was like, well, the tech's going to get you towels and take care of your IV. I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. And I really didn't want to push the call button again, because I know it beeps and it's irritating and flashy and whatever. So I just disconnected my own heart monitor. I was like, well, somebody's about to notice that there's no reading for me, and I've flatlined. And sure enough, one of the other nurses came by and was like, she's like, hey, how come there's no... She's like, wait, you're disconnected. I said, yeah. I told my nurse I wanted to take a shower, and I told the tech, and they both disappeared, and I haven't seen them. So I figured the only way I'd get anybody's attention, she's like, if you unhooked yourself from the heart monitor. And so she got everything I needed and covered up my IV for me. And my nurse came by, and I heard her, and she was all like, are you taking care of that? Oh, that's so annoying. And, I haven't seen her all night. And, I don't know. I mean, almost every other nurse I've had have been super, super sweet. they've talked to me about my family. They've, asked me about my husband and my kids. And, you know, they'll comment on what I'm watching. I've been watching a lot of Food Network because I find it to be inspiring. A little depressing because I feel like it would be super cool to be at that point in my life, but I'm not. And that's what's depressing. But it's also encouraging. It gives me ideas for different food items I want to have in my eatery someday. And then we'll have a conversation about what I'm watching, and it's just fun. They feel like new friends by the time that they leave. And a couple of them I've had several days in a row. And so they come in and they're like, "Hey, Laura," and I'm like, "Hey, Susie." They're just super, super sweet, and they seem to really enjoy coming in my room. And then every once in a while, you get a sourpuss like the one I've had today, or the last 12 hours. And I imagine working 12-hour shifts takes a toll on you, day after day after day, especially working nights. Something that you really have to get used to. But this is one of those jobs that you can't just say, well, it's a job. It has to be something you love and are passionate about. I mean, people. You need to love people and be passionate about people, or it just doesn't work. And I guess I appreciate all those nurses, the guys, the women who have taken care of me ever since I was 5. Hats off to you and the commitment you made to be a caregiver